is Hannah Coyle, and I'm going to be interviewing my dad, Sammy Zurich. Thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
Sammy, can you tell me a little bit about who you work for and what you do at your current job?
Sure. I've been in the technology field for quite some time, roughly, I'd say about 18 to 19 years. So I've been in the industry quite some time. I used to work for Chase Bank up until a few years ago. And then now I work for Lynn Energy, still doing network security work, basically trying to ensure the safety of all the information that we have within the company and making sure it's not compromised externally to anybody.
Okay, so it seems like you know a lot about technology. What is your stance on technology in the society today?
Well, that's kind of a double-edged sword. So today, I'd say it has its good and its bad. You know, I think a lot of times it's having access to all that information is extremely helpful, but at the same time, once you have all this information available on the internet, it can be compromised. Hence why I am in the security field, and I think it's a growing industry. It's not going away. But, you know, at the same time, I think it's helping, it's actually hurting us in the sense of, I think people are losing touch and not communicating more with each other. I think everybody's dependent a lot more on their electronics. And I think we lose a lot of the importance of the face-to-face time. Oh, well, see, here's a perfect example. You've got technology just kind of disrupting us here. You know, we don't want to do that. So it's very important that we don't get messages. So let me put it on mute. That's one of the benefits of this, right? So I apologize for that. But yeah, you know, it's important for us to be able to focus face to face and not have to have those distractions. And I think a lot of times today, it's just, we're just letting it get too much of us today.
Okay, so do you think that we should have technology, as much technology as we do now in the workplace? Give me, like, for instance, I went into Chase Bank one day and I was trying to deposit a check, and instead of going to a bank teller, there was all of these automated machines that are basically taking out all the bank tellers. Do you think that we should still have those in society, or like?
Yeah, I mean, I think I apologize for interrupting, but yeah, I mean, I think, you know, I'm very passionate about this. You know, these technology jobs, they're not going to go away. There's no way they're going to go away, just because every company's trying to stay competitive with the other companies. So when one company does it, the other one has to follow to stay competitive, because they can reduce their costs, you know, because they find cheaper ways to do it. So, I mean, just for an example, you mentioned the teller thing. That's losing thousands, just in Texas alone, that would be thousands of jobs right there that would be lost, that would be going just to a computer. So there's a lot of money savings there. So I think our society is going more toward a way, you know, these easier jobs that maybe computers can replace. I think there's going to be more room for more skilled positions in the technology field. So I think there will be more opportunities there for growth, and maybe you know, users are just going to have to start learning to shift and go that direction, and not focus on the jobs that are a little more simpler.
Yeah. And also, not just in the workplace, but like at home and in the classroom. What do you think about technology in those places?
So in the classroom, I think it's very important to have access to all that information. You know, I probably, most kids don't know about the Dewey Decimal System of finding a book, but you know, I think it's great to have all the information accessible, but at the same time, it makes it too simple. I think people are taking advantage of it and maybe finding things, information too easy, and not working as hard to try to actually get some substance into their own work, you know. So you know, I mean, personally, you know, as I mentioned, you know, with individuals, I think we're losing a lot of the communications that are extremely important due to all the distractions from the computers that I think we need to get away with. So while it's great, it needs to be balanced, and I think that's the key, is having some balance in our life.
So, since you say that technology isn't really good for our society, what actions do you think should be taken to decrease the technology, like in society, in the work, classroom, or at home?
Yeah, so I mean, I think, you know, in school and all that, I think it's important. I don't think that's going away, and I don't think it's going to go away in the workplace either. I think the key is, more than anything, what's important to me is going to be FaceTime with my family and all that, you know. So, you know, something as simple as, you know, one of the things I hear is kids, you know, they want to charge their phones all the time. So, hey, let's take away that. So maybe I can lock my outlets where you couldn't charge your phone, you know, or maybe I can turn off and call Sprint, or hit a button on Sprint, and I can disable all my Wi-Fi and my data service, so you can't communicate with all your friends, so that you can actually focus on me and give me the attention that we need. So I think it's very important that we don't lose that, and I think it's becoming too easily to lose that. So, I think it's important for families to try to find a balance, maybe cut off some time and say, hey, during this time, there's going to be no electronics. It's all going to be just, it's just going to be just family talking and getting to find out how our days went and all that. And I think you'll find that you'll actually become more well-rested, and you'll be a lot more relaxed, because in today's society, I think everybody just needs to answer now.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if we're just talking face-to-face, it's a lot easier.
Okay. Thank you for coming with me and having this talk. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we need to go look and see if we can get a patent on that idea
Yes.
of locking the outlets.
Yes.
I think kids would be
Yeah.
afraid of that.
Yes.